Many of us are not aware that what we experience positively or negatively from the moment of our conception all are recorded in the mind, in the subconscious, and for majority of people it may be difficult to believe that this is true, but it's a reality. It is a true reality that all our experiences, whether positive or negative, means all the feelings, pleasant one or unpleasant one, are all recorded in the subconscious, and they remain there till one dies. And one good thing we should realize is that every human person is given the gift or the personal power to transform the negatives into positives. And this is a very, very happy information all should have, but many won't be ready to accept that this is true. The negative experiences which are collected in the subconscious can be brought into the conscious level even after many, many years. And this we should believe. If we cannot have this belief, we cannot help ourselves. And we can, as most of the people who are religious minded, spiritual minded, will say, through prayer, God will transform all these things into positives. I'm not saying that that's not true. but it may not be all that true as we think. If we look at the life of saints, especially Jesus, when he did certain miracles, he asked those people involved who received the miracles effects to do certain things by themselves. Something very personal. Jesus didn't do everything 100% for them. And this is the part I want to explain more. The transformation of negativities which have gone into our own self, to our own subconscious mind, can be transformed into positives. And we can say inner freedom is primarily meant for this inner freedom process, that all the negative feelings should be transformed into positives. As we know, there's only one positive feeling, which is called joy, and all the other three are negatives. And these negative feelings of anger, sadness, fear, and all their different shades have to be transformed into positives. Then only we can have enough freedom. Then only we can enjoy peace, enjoy love, enjoy the well-being of my own self with others. And we should realize that all our feelings are in the mind. And oftentimes, religion founders or so-called saints, liberated people, most of them do not help us to know our own self as such. All are telling us we should be free, we should be loving, we should be peace filled. But very few will give us a method which is very simple to transform the negative feelings into positives. Self-knowledge is the most essential things, but maybe very little acquired by many people. There will be individuals, but majority of people cannot boast my self knowledge is quite satisfactory, because all the time spent in prayer or discourses listening or in reading about spiritual materials or psychological matters or attending some healing process, all these can bring certain amount of self-knowledge. Self-knowledge needs a lot of hard work and transformation of negative feelings requires harder and harder and harder work. And oftentimes it can be very painful also. And it is easy to listen to people and imagine that we got it, what they are saying. Freedom from anger, freedom from sadness, freedom from fear, but one reality we should be humble enough to accept is this: it is easy to absorb negative feelings. And I would say very easy to absorb negative feelings. But very, very difficult for us to get purified from these negative feelings. It is terrible, hard work. And one should become craving for one's own freedom from the negativities which have gone into our own self from the moment of conception till the present moment. And of course, from the next moment onwards to the future, as long as we live, negativities and positives will be absorbed into each one of us. Positives are positives and they always do good to us. But what do damage to us are the negative feelings of anger, sadness, and fear. And this we have to become aware, and I would say humble enough to accept they are all stored up, and we are told by enlightened people that they can also, these negatives can grow also inside our subconscious. And that is one of the saddest things each individual faces in one's life. To come out of one's disappointments, revenge feelings, or fearful feelings. Once they get into oneself. So we have to become aware of this factor that what I experience, whether it is positive or negative, all are stored up within me, nothing goes out of me without my conscious effort. Without my conscious effort. As I told you, there's nothing to worry about positives, but we have to be worrying, bothered about our negativities of any sort, not only the big ones, but even the smallest, silliest ones also are important for us to transform into positives.